It was one of the most fantastic facilities, not only in this county, but within the country. So that's just the first point. Just on what was said there, we were scheduled to have a meeting yesterday. It didn't take place because there's 9 members firstly of the board, and 2 members couldn't attend. But we are going to have a meeting at 4:30 on Monday evening to further discuss it. But I suppose just to outline a couple of things, for the last 2 years, there has been a constant review of operations, different aspects going on within the pool. And I say that from the point of view, Tipperary County Council has been putting a subsidy into the swimming pool in Roscrea, and has done in the majority of pools, local authority pools right across the country. But in the first year, when the pool opened in Roscrea, 63,000 was put in, the very first year. It then went up to 67, it then went to 72, it then went to 85. And this year, the subvention going in from the council is 95,000. So it's my job as a local representative to ensure that that money is there. And it's my job to make sure that we're on a par with other towns. But the greater difficulty from a board is I don't want to be here in 5 years' time as a board member and to say to people that not alone could we be cutting hours, but potentially you could be cutting a day or days. And I don't want to be alarmist in that, but if you look at right across the county, I'm sure you're all familiar with the Sean Kelly Centre and the unfortunate fire, but the latest news in the Sean Kelly Centre is that 9 employees are being let go, and what they're looking at now is providing a different model, as in they're looking at the possibility of community employment scheme, volunteerism to man that pool, and that's a very unfortunate situation. So there's a continuous debt that has to be met. Now, at our last board meeting, which was mentioned, I did put forward the proposal because we were told as members that this would have the least amount of impact upon the members. But certainly from talking to people individually and collectively, it seems that it has the maximum amount of impact. So I think the question here from the board is, yes, there has to be cutbacks. I'm not going to stand here and have it a situation that pool is going to be in jeopardy or something's going to happen. There has to be. But there has to be that proper dialogue and engagement with the members. So that has to take place. But what I have proposed, and there's 9 members on the board, and you're quite entitled to speak to any one of them, I propose that we allow that time, that transition to take place, to dialogue with everybody to see can we work together to accommodate and to make those, there is an ongoing deficit, it needs to be met, and there will have to be certain cutbacks. They're looking at it also in Thurles, who receive a subvention of 125,000. So that's what's happening right across the county. But that's where we are at the moment. The option was given to the board originally to cut it 12 hours. We fought long and hard for no hours, but it was put to us and it was agreed. But in hindsight, I think there should be more communication with the members. I think the communication to all the members has been pretty disastrous, because I know from talking to people, they went in, they didn't know about the changes, and we're all living in an age where a text, a phone call, an email or something would have been at least afforded, not alone the members, but the people who pay and go, who are also an integral part of the complex. So that's just where it stands at present. I don't know if our chairperson is Eileen Doherty, myself, John Gilfile, and John Hogan are the kind of community members on it, and then there's 5 officials from the council. So that's where it stands. I'd gladly try and take or answer any questions on that. Yes?